morning, everybody. I am in the Czech Republic and this is Český Krumlov. I hope I got that right. Okay, so I know when you think of Czech Republic or Czechoslovakia, you always think of Prague. Well, that is the capital of Czech Republic and it's also the #1 most visited city in all of the country. But this Český Krumlov is actually the second most visited place in the country. It's also a UNESCO World Heritage site, and I've been to Prague a couple of years back, and my family and I wanted to try something new. We wanted to do something different, and at the same time, since we are coming from Vienna, it's just about a 3-hour drive compared to about a 6 one going to Prague, so we wanted to do something halfway. So these are actually the castle grounds. We had just passed the gardens, and this place right here, this castle, actually used to be inhabited by 5 noble families.
What do you mean?
I'm trying to remember all their names, and I just know that almost all their names have bergs. Okay, so the first one, it wasn't a berg. What? It was Vítek. So Vítek was the very first family, but forget about them. And then the second family that came here were the Rosenbergs. The Rosenbergs actually stayed here, their clan, for 300 years. So that's a pretty long time. And then after them were the Habsburg. And of course, Habsburg, their name is all throughout history. I mean, when we went to Budapest, when we went to Austria, like they were pretty much like the royal family. But they were only here for 20 years, and allegedly that they used this home as sort of like a house because one of them actually had schizophrenia, and he was also an illegitimate child. So this was sort of like you know when Martha Stewart was in prison but in her own home or something like that. It was kind of like the same situation. They were kind of like hiding him out in this place, but then he died. Anyway, after that were the Eggenbergs, and then after the Eggenbergs were the Schwarzenbergs. A lot of bergs, right? How does the tour start? At least we started from all the way in the top to the gardens, and we're making our way down from the castle grounds and onto the town itself. I feel like Belle telling a story about the little town. It's a quiet village. Okay. And eventually we get to the shops and whatnot, and this tour is supposed to last for about an hour and a half walking tour. Can you believe that there are about 2 million tourists that come here annually? To think the population of this whole town is just 13,000, so it's safe to say that business is booming. So this castle complex, it's actually spread out. Like from the garden, we actually passed by the winter stables, you know, like for the horses. But now it's actually used as an events place. So you can actually rent this place like for your parties, for your reception. It's really up to you. So rafting is actually a very popular sport in the summer. You can actually see it from the top. And yes, there's so many tourists. So to get that shot is kind of difficult. Okay, so this building right behind me, there's actually a lot of things like going on inside this castle complex, and one of them is that this is one of 2 Baroque theaters in the world. I actually had to ask what a Baroque theater is. Well, it basically means that from the 18th century, everything is original, from the seats to the stage to the lights to everything. So everything is antique, and there's only 2 in the world. One is in Stockholm, and the other one is here in Český Krumlov. Amazing. actually have this painting on them, and it looks three-dimensional, but it's actually flat. So the painting is actually 16th century Renaissance. And I asked if it was original. It's actually not. It's painted every 30 years to get that freshened up, touch me up, I guess, vintage look. So there's so many balconies all around the castle to see the view from the top, but the one that I saw that's really all the way at the top is you can go up that tower. Not gonna do that today. So, you know, because this is a castle, of course, and because it's also open to have all these different events, the most important of which, or the most celebrated, is a medieval festival. Yes! That they have in the third week of June. It had just finished. It's July right now. And there's also a medieval market, so they have like all these costumes and all these goods and all these activities that really takes you back to way back when. Ah! So nice. It's like those Shakespearean festivals. So you see that crest over there? Okay, so every family actually has their own symbol, kind of like a crest, with a specific symbol. So the family, the Rosenbergs, from the word rose. So their symbol is a 5-petal rose. And then there was another family where their symbol was actually a bear. And I didn't realize, I was looking for a bear like carving somewhere, but no, there was an actual bear here in this castle. Unfortunately, I think he's sleeping or hibernating somewhere, so we couldn't really see him. Crazy. So from the castle grounds, we actually are making our way down to the town itself for the restaurants, more shopping, and it's just really to see, like, it really does remind me of Beauty and the Beast, where the castle's at the top of the hill, and then the surrounding parts are all the quaint little houses, shop houses. Pretty. You know, this place is so popular with the tourists that have really catered to all international tastes. They even have designer brands. I saw like Karl Lagerfeld, Pinko for shopping. And then right now we're actually making our way to an Asian restaurant because as much as I would like to savor the local cuisine, it's predominantly meat because we're not near anywhere the water. So any country that's not near the water, it's harder for them to get like fresh seafood or seafood for that reason. But I believe the restaurant is like Vietnamese, Thai, and Chinese. Yay.